Welcome to the Non-Fraternal Twins podcast. This is episode 13, Disney and Race. So we're going to be talking about the Little Mermaid and that whole fiasco. And yeah, let's get into it. My thoughts is just, it's a mermaid and there's no cultural references to the original mermaid, so it doesn't matter what race the mermaid is. I could see if it was Mulan, that would obviously make sense for them to keep it an Asian or Chinese character. That makes sense because it's part of the storyline. It's a cultural thing. Princess and the Frog, it makes sense for it to be a black woman that talks about racism and stuff like that in the New Orleans, South. So it makes sense for that. I understand those positions, but if it's just a Little Mermaid that had no tie or reference to race in the first place, I don't see the big deal in it being black.
Right. And what it stems from is that I come to the conclusion when I was talking about this with my husband, that the things that were back then in the 50s, 40s, 30s, whatever, whenever Disney first came to be established. 30s. Between 30s and 50s, whatever. Mm-hmm. In that during that time period, everything was white. The actors, even if it was a black actor, it'd be a white person with black face. If it was a Native American, it'd be a white person with brown face. So everything was white. So all the Disney movies are going to be white, the original ones, because that's just what it was during that time frame. In the United States, what's it called? And between the 30s, 50s, whatever, each movie was made. So I'm talking about the original ones. Everything was white, regardless of culture and like that. It is what it is. So now that they did, now that they're remaking it with Haley, everybody's like in an uproar. Because they're like, oh, you changed the character. The character's supposed to be white. Well, I'm like, the original characters in the Disney movies were white because that's just how it was back then. But now we're in 2022. So it looks like Disney is getting away from just everything being white. And now we're adding different cultures, different ethnicities in here. Because we want everybody to be represented. And of course it's geared to the kids. It's obviously geared to the parents because that's what we grew up with in the 90s. So, what's it called? That is the major issue, is that she's not white. And I'm like, okay, that was how things were, but this is where we're at now. So this mermaid could be any color. She could have been Asian. She could be black. She could be Hawaiian. I was going to say that's more Moana, I guess. I don't know. But she can be like whatever. She could be South African. She could be African, like whatever. And I don't think it ever mentioned what type, like what particular sea or like ocean, what was the Little Mermaid in the Pacific Ocean? Was she in the Atlantic Ocean? Was she in the Indian Ocean? Like, it didn't specify. So I'm like, if it's specified, then maybe you could tie, cultural roots or whatever, if that was the case, maybe. But again, that's just not what it was. Just as that's how things were back then. So now that we're in 2022, she could be black. And I think she looks fitting for the part, to be honest. First of all, she can sing, obviously. Second, who ain't black and can't rock red hair? Right. For two. And I think this is a perfect, move for her. And why not? First of all, this is a fictional character. Second of all, mermaids aren't real. So they're putting a lot of negative energy into a non-fictional character. Especially one that doesn't even exist in real life.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb.
Yeah. And there was also, an article about how the Disney trailer that everybody's seen at this point received, I think it was 1.5 million.
Yeah, it was like a lot of dislikes.
Yeah, like 1.5 million dislikes or something like that. Like dislikes, not likes, dislikes. Like right when it just landed on YouTube, and I was like, that is insane to me. Like that is crazy how so many people, and that's just a snippet though. Like we don't even know what, the movie, how they're going to do this Little Mermaid. Obviously they're sticking with the same story, but there's going to be little tweaks.
Yeah.
Just like Pinocchio that just came out. I just watched that today, and there's little tweaks in the movie from the original, which is to be expected. So I'm like, this is a lot going on, and I'm like, I guess the issue is that she's black, but I'm like, to me, I'm like, I just can't see that being the case, because I'm like, we're in 2022. Is there really 1.5 million racists? Is it really solely because she's black?
I think
Because that's a lot in 2022.
The R word,
and I hate to
may be
use
a
that
stretch.
word.
Yeah,
I hate to use that word.
I hate to use that word too because it's just thrown around a lot. But
Yeah.
I think it may be because she is black and they're used to seeing white Disney area princess.
Yeah, she is.
Disney princesses. So maybe that is where it's coming from. But I feel like if you are.
But I understand from their point, because I'm like, kind of stick with the same. Like they made toys, they made dolls,
they made dolls.
Well, they made everything that,
so
and
like,
it's
why
been white.
It?
So it's like right.
Why change it?
I guess maybe
it's
from
been that way. Yeah.
that aspect, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm like, is it really solely on race because she's black, or is it because like why would you just change the character like that? Because now after this movie, are you gonna have a black Ariel doll?
Yeah, it would make sense to. That's how they normally do it.
So you're gonna have, but how you gonna have a black and a white Ariel doll?
They can coexist like we all do in this world.
But you can't.
there's
but you
room
can't have
for,
two Ariels.
There's room for more Ariels. Like there's room for everybody.
But you could. But she can't. Then her name can't be Ariel. How you gonna have two Ariels?
Well, that's what they're doing now. I think there can be two Ariels. I think
They need to change the name.
I don't think they should change the name. I think it's more about, like, going back to what you said about, is it the R word or is it people having issue with
they change the character
being black person representing Ariel. I think it's more so a black person representing Ariel, which would make a lot of black people feel like, well, dang, now I'm being attacked. Now it seems as though we can't be in certain spaces or we're going to get called out for being, because of color of our skin. Why can't we just exist, in different places with, without the backlash of it all? You know what I mean? Like, why is this uproar and attack on my skin color just for playing a role, an innocent role? And I think it's more helpful because now kids growing up, because when I was growing up, it was nothing but white characters. I love the Bratz dolls, and it was like so much.
Well, the only one black doll is Sasha.
Yeah, it's Sasha. But then you had Yasmin, who was like this tan colored girl.
Yeah, I'm like, what ethnicity are you?
I don't even know what Yasmin even was, but like it was like that. See, back in the day, Barbie had nothing but white dolls.
Yeah,
Bratz was like more inclusive.
Because
it had more inclusive, and then Jade was like this Asian mixed with white. You know what I mean? And Chloe was just straight white.
Right.
So it had a lot more inclusivity. You can it's not just blonde hair doll, blonde hair doll, blonde hair doll. It's like different things. So I think kids growing up now, they're able to see, oh, there's a princess that looks like me.
Right.
The beauty standard isn't thin white blonde hair.
Right.
The beauty standard could be me, a black girl. Like that could be a beauty, you know what I mean? Like I'm not saying that black girls are the beauty standard, but I'm just saying like now we are,
there's representation.
Yeah, now we're represented as being beautiful.
Right.
We're not represented as being ugly.
Right.
Which is the world has portrayed us to be like ugly, disregarded, like whatever, black girls.
Copied.
Yeah, like black girls, Now we're seen in this like, oh, we're a princess, we're beautiful.
Right.
So
I think the first one was Tiana. Was that the
Tiana
first?
was the first black
Disney
princess.
princess?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, Tiana was the first black princess to ever come on the Disney scene. And then after that, it was... I'm trying to think. It was Moana?
No, she ain't black.
Well, she like darker skin tone.
Oh, yeah, but I'm just... she's more like island Pacific.
Tiana's the only black girl. There's no other one. Which is crazy. Like, there's no other black princess but Tiana. Now about to be Ariel.
Yeah, but that's kind of spoken for in a sense. Like, they didn't create.
Yeah.
Like, they created a new one for the Princess of All, but that's just about it. They didn't create a black princess.
Like, Tiana didn't create one. It was...
And I'm not finna include the Lion King.
The Lion King?
Yeah, because they're African.
Oh, no. Those are animals.
Hey, some people
we can't say we're animals.
Disney might be like, we did include
y'all.
Nala.
Nala's in there, and it's in Africa.
Right.
Your people. Can't say we didn't give you nothing.
Exactly.
Beggars can't be choosers.
Oh, gosh.
But yeah, that's what I think of it, honestly. I'm just like, there's more representation.
Wait, did you end it?
No.
Oh!
No. Why would I end the podcast?
She hit the button to end it.
No, because the kids keep coming up. Oh. And I didn't want them to, like,
to make a
noise. So I was preparing to pause.
I thought you hit the button.
No, I was preparing.
I was like, well, that was abrupt.
No, I was preparing to pause the video in case they came up.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't see a problem with it.
I guess not, but they could, like, just make a black movie with a black princess. They got all these other princesses, but
I don't see why it should matter though. Like, why does?
Well, fine. They can make one that I think are all the ethnicities represented in Disney.
I'm not sure
because they got white.
They have Hispanic.
They don't have a. Oh, they do. No,
Encanto.
But she is she a princess though? Has she been named a princess?
But has Ariel been named a princess? Like,
yes, she is because of her kingdom. Her father was King Triton, so that does make her a princess.
Okay.
And the other ones married into royalty, so they're princesses. Mm-hmm. And so same thing with Princess Tiana because he was a
he was a prince.
King, or a prince or whatever. So she's
a princess
because they got married. And
so in Encanto, I think that
there's no
princess in that. So yeah, it just represented that.
Right, there was just yeah.
But there was no like princess, from my understanding.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I don't know I guess they might include Mulan as a princess, but
yeah, I think Mulan. I don't know because Mulan was like fighting and like trying to be a boy.
Well, I think but she married the what's that boy?
I can't remember the storyline specifically.
Shane. I watched it recently, so because it was on TV. But anywho, I think he was like in Mulan 2, not the first one, but in the second one, the Mulan 2. I think they get married or whatever.
I think so.
And he was like a general or whatever. I don't know how it works. I don't know what the hierarchy or whatever it is in like China. So I can't say that Mulan is a princess or not. Anywho, child, this race and Disney thing. Oh yeah, and also like I mentioned before, Snow White. I just showed Brianna who's going to be playing Snow White. They're doing the live action on Snow White coming like I don't know whenever, probably next year or the year after, whatever it is. But they announced her Rachel. Something with a Z. Rachel Z something. She is American Colombian. So people are like, I don't know how people feel about that because I'm like,
they're gonna have issue with that.
I think so, and I'm kind of like you said, there's no real cultural basis when it comes to the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
There isn't.
So
not to my knowledge when I watched it.
Yeah, she can be Hispanic.
Yeah, like it doesn't matter. Like even her being black, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And I'm like, these are just stories. Like,
fictional stories.
I hope so. Because you know how old stories are like lullabies are stem from real stories that happened in history. Like London Bridge is falling down. Like that was based, or like Ring Around the Posy. I think that was about like the plague or whatever. Because Ring Around the Rosy was like those patches on your skin. Oh yeah. Pocket full of posies, like you have flowers for the dead. Ashes, we all fall down. Yeah. You're dead.
Dang. And you really did fall down. Too.
Right. Well, yeah. Okay. So we were like, we're doing all these little songs. Imitating. But it was based on real historical events. So I'm kind of like, because I think Snow White is based on, from Google, the Grimm brothers story. Anyway, y'all look it up for yourself on Google. But anywho, I'm gonna just say Snow White is fictional, whatever the case is. I don't know, but
I don't think it matters. I mean, I think people are just blowing this out of proportion because now it's not a white character. Now it's somebody who's black, somebody who's Hispanic. I think people are just picking the wrong battles, and I think they just need to get over it and just realize that this is a more inclusive world now that we live in. There's people of different whatever, so
I think Disney may need to make a statement.
Literally,
I mean, because they silent. I mean, you have 1.5 million dislikes, and it barely just came out.
It was like a 2-minute
It was
clip.
like exactly. And if that, really. And it didn't show anything. No. And there was so much hate on it. So I'm kind of like, well, Disney, are you gonna back up your girl? Right. Like, you gonna come on Haley's defense? Because I'm like, this doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah. So I'm like, well, Disney, where are you? Like, are you gonna make a statement, or are you gonna say something? Like, this is the new direction we're heading into. And another thing about Disney that I'm irritated with, well, it's actually two things I'm irritated with. I guess it's combined. Anywho, what I'm irritated with Disney, the first one, is they keep making remakes of the stuff that we grew up with. And they've made remake after remake after remake after remake. And I don't know if I can handle another remake of the stuff that we already watched a million times over. And I'm like, are you running out of ideas?
That's what it seems like.
That's what it seems like to me. Another thing is that I'm irritated. I never watch it. I don't care to watch it. But another thing that I cannot stand Disney did was the High School Musical. I know you watched it.
I watched it.
I know you did.
I had the same.
And people like it, but I don't. I'm just like,
you have to watch it. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry. You said don't judge a book by its cover, so you did say that. You said don't judge a book by its cover. If anyone who hasn't watched High School Musical, the musical, you have
the musical, the show.
Yeah, because they do the musical of High School Musical,
but it's stupid. It's stupid.
You have to watch it. I'm telling you, like,
oh my god, I don't know if I can watch. I don't know if I can waste my time.
It's not wasting your time. It's
somebody said it. Somebody said it's a knockoff Glee.
It kind of, yeah. Because Glee had that if you watch it, it kind of
now Glee was my show. Glee was my show.
If you like Glee, then you'll like this. You will.
I don't know about it. I don't know. But I feel like Disney's running out of ideas. And I'm like, y'all need to go back to the drawing board because
think of something original.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm like, you keep going back to the 90s.
I know.
What'd you make in the 80s? How about you go that far? Go back that far.
They seem to be more original.
I don't understand.
Different projects.
They ain't got the juice they had. That's what it is.
They don't.
They don't got the juice no more. And
it's a lot of wokeness.
It's ridiculous.
Inserted.
It's ridiculous. I'm like, but you know what? The only thing that I do like and appreciate about Disney, probably just from the Australian side, is the kids show Bluey. Now, the kids show Bluey, I rock with that because they show a wholesome family with a mom and a dad, and they, go on these fun little adventures, or playing with their kids and being very imaginative when it comes to interacting with their kids and whatnot. So I think that's a very family wholesome show, and I love that show, and I think that's the only thing that Disney has gotten right. But with this remaking. You keep constantly doing a remake of the 90s. I guess not the 90s, but what we grew up with. No, it was the 90s.
We saw High School Musical?
No. I'm talking about like Pinocchio, Lion King, Snow White.
Oh, yeah, it's like 90s.
Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
That was 90s. So I'm like, y'all keep doing it over and over again. I'm like, I am done. Like, I don't know how many times I have watched. Now, I watch it because I'm like I watched Pinocchio today because I was intrigued on how they were going to do the little Pleasure Island scene. Because I remember how it was in the original movie. So I'm like, well, how are they going to do that? Because it's live action. So I was curious. But it was quite interesting. I'll just say that. It was interesting. But enough. Get another original idea. I don't even know another original movie that they did. That wasn't... Okay, yeah. Well, yeah. Encanto and Turning Red or whatever like that. She really likes that movie. Now, I think that...
Frozen.
Oh my gosh, when Frozen came out...
That was good.
The episode. I started doing my hair. Me and her started doing our hair.
Yeah, like Elsa.
Uh-huh. And I still do it to this day.
Me too. It's just easy now.
Yeah. So like,
nice little twist in the front.
Yeah, exactly.
Take it out.
And it's so nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we do our hair like Elsa ever since the Frozen movie. But yeah, other than that, and that was super popular.
It was. The second one didn't get a lot of...
Not as much.
Wasn't as popular as the first one.
I don't think... Yeah, the first one was popping off. So, but yeah, I think that was probably just it. Maybe it's a hit and a miss. I don't know why they keep doing these remakes of the same stuff. Because this is probably like the third or fourth remake. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's the third remake. I don't know. But I'm like, all right, now that's enough. You can stop.
Yeah, there's some things Disney has gotten right, and then there's some things that just got completely wrong.
Yeah.
And went completely woke, and it's like, well...
Yeah. But I think it's, it is what it is. I think Haley's gonna make an amazing Little Mermaid, and Rachel, whatever her last name is going to be a great Snow White.
I think so.
But
it hasn't came out yet, so we gotta wait to see.
Yeah, nothing's even come out yet. So I'm like, let's just see how it is.
I'm sure they'll both do great. And
I hope
hopefully
so.
It's not too woke.
And I hope there ain't no wokeness in it, because I would be upset. Like, y'all done really messed it up now.
Right.
Now I hate it.
Right. Now I'm on the other side.
Yeah, I'm on that side now. So don't do that. But we shall see, though. It is what it is. These are fake characters, fictional characters, and
yeah, let's move on.
Let's just get over it. Like, y'all doing the most. Y'all accept anything else, but when it comes to her, I'm like,
that's what I'm saying.
Where's the same energy when we was dealing with national crisis and stuff like that?
Right.
Like, what's happening? Get your life together. Put your energy somewhere else.
That's useful.
Right. Leave that little girl alone.
Anyways,
dang. Those are my 2 cents. Yeah,
that's all we have. We just wanted to share our thoughts and opinions on the whole trending topic.
Yeah,
let us know what you think. If you think different from us, please let us know, because I'd love to hear that.
Yes.
And on that note, bye.
Bye.